So this one actually kind of surprised me because I saw a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm actually excited about this. It looks really good based on the trailer." But somehow it performed worse than the Acolyte, which I don't know how that's possible. But Disney admits Daredevil Born Again performed worse than the Acolyte. Again, this was something that I saw people were like really hyped for. I mean, not hyped as in like, oh my god, but like, yeah, it looks pretty good. The trailer makes it look pretty good. But then they did the good old bait and switch. Turns out it wasn't very good. The Walt Disney Company and Marvel Studios revealed that Daredevil Born Again performed worse than Lucasfilm's The Acolyte in the first 5 days after both premiered. Back in June 2024, the Walt Disney Company revealed to Variety that The Acolyte hit 4.8 million views in its first day and went on to have 11.1 million views in its first 5 days. And those are numbers that they generally use to try to make it seem like people are liking the show. Like that's like the first episode, right? And then midway through the season, views are at an all-time low, but they'll try to say, "Oh, well, we have 11.1 million." It's like, no, that was like episode 1. You're not episode 1 anymore. You're episode like 5 or 6. Stop using episode 1 numbers. Episode 1 is always going to be the most because it's like, oh, it's a new IP or a new project or new this, new that, and people are going to check it out. But they try to like, oh yeah, people are raving about the Acolyte and like 11.1 million people. It's like, no, that was for episode 1. How about you show the numbers for episode 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, which Disney and they didn't do, but you have the sites that kind of track all the overnights and it was showing it's like, no, no. They're trying to say it's like 11.1 million. No, the show is doing terribly. The company revealed its viewership numbers for Daredevil Born Again to Variety as well, and the show only clocked 7.5 million views in its first 5 days. That's a 32.4 decline from the Acolyte. So keep in mind, 11.1 million views in the first 5 days for Acolyte, 7.5 million views first 5 days for Daredevil. Again, people were hyped about. We're not not hyped, but we're like, oh, this looks pretty good. If you recall, the Walt Disney Company canceled The Acolyte after its first season due to viewership being too low for its cost. Disney co-chairman Alan Bergman told Vulture, that's what freaking Disney is now, is a bunch of fucking vultures. So as it relates to The Acolyte, we were happy with our performance, but it wasn't where we needed it to be given the cost structure of that title, quite frankly, and to go and make a season 2. And it's all the haters' fault. Not our crap storytelling. The fact that freaking Osha and May have about as much personality to them as a bowl of fucking cornflakes. No, no. The fact that the story itself makes no freaking sense. No, 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 no. No, it's the haters. It's always the haters. Um where are we? Go and make season 2, so that's the reason why we didn't do it. Actually, I'm wondering how that petition for season 2. It also likely the show performed worse than Agatha all along. Variety reported that the Catherine Hayne led show did 9.3 million views in its first 7 days back in September 2024. Daredevil performed slightly better than Agatha on average with 1.5 million views per day compared to Agatha's 1.3 million. But it's quite likely that much of the viewership is indeed front loaded. She said loaded. And there's less views the further from the show's release date. Yeah. But they'll always go back to like episode 1 numbers and like, oh my god, the show's doing so good. Like, no. No, it's not. That was episode 1. You're in episode 6 now. How about you show us episode 6 numbers? The fact that the show performed worse than The Acolyte is not at all surprising, given the show did not chart on Luminate's top 10 original streaming chart for the week of its debut. Landman was in 10th place. Let's see here. Running Point 1923. Love is Blind. Reacher, Paradise. Devil in the Family. Yeah, I mean, the fact that this has got 352 million. It's on the yeah, 352 million. It's number 10. So Acolyte and Daredevil would be like number 15. Or not even, actually, probably not even that. Probably like 20 or something. I don't know. Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. Furthermore, IMDb reviews totals indicated that The Acolyte performed better than Daredevil Born Again as well. After its first 3 episodes were released, The Acolyte's first episode had over 11,000 reviews, and second episode had over 9,000. Had over 9,000. And its third episode, well, it's like, but it kept declining each episode. You have 11,000, then 9,000, then 7,000. It's like it keeps declining. People were losing interest. In comparison, Daredevil's first episode had over 8,000 as of writing, and its second episode had 6,000. Google Trends also indicated that Acolyte had more interest in Daredevil's Born Again. The Acolyte had a higher peak when it released compared to Daredevil Born Again. The Acolyte hit a 100 during the week of June 2nd to 8th, while Daredevil Born Again hit 60th for the week of March 2nd to 8th. Star Wars, even in its weakened state, still has an audience, and maybe the popularity difference can explain the difference in numbers. That being said, Born Again definitely didn't set the internet on fire, and I'm glad that that subversive garbage failed. The original 3 seasons of Daredevil are very good. I'm still waiting for the next episodes to judge the follow-up overall. Yeah, like, hang on. Well, I checked Twitter, and it was actually, most of it was just the usual suspects who were excited about it. A lot of the Stan accounts and, hardcore Marvel accounts and stuff like that. But even on YouTube and stuff like that, people were saying, "Oh, it looks pretty good." Apparently, it's not good. Yeah, apparently it's not good at all. And yeah, I'm not really surprised. I think, again, people are just tired of Disney. People are tired of Marvel. People are just, they seem to think like something needs to be released like every month or it's just taking a lot out of people. It's like, oh boy, I need to tune in to watch this, and these hour-long episodes, and just for what? Just to be disappointed again? So, I mean, Marvel, Disney is just one failure after another, after another, after another, after another. And love is blind. Looks like Matt Murdock didn't see this coming. Of course, John is blind. Of course, you didn't see it coming. Yeah, but he's Daredevil. Sees everything. Everything. He's got like his little Spidey sense, even though he's not Spider-Man. Like, how else do you think he became a superhero? You really think he could become a superhero if he couldn't see things coming? Um, but yeah, yeah. Let me if you guys have watched it, let me know. But again, it's par of the course for Disney, Marvel, and I you would think there was just once, but no. Apparently, the numbers are worse than the Acolyte, which pathetic, pathetic. So modern TV. But anyway, yeah. Let me know if you're watching it. Let me know what you think of it. I'm not surprised that people aren't liking it. I'm really not. If you like it, great. But numbers don't lie, so don't sit here and try to say, "Oh, well, I like it." Great, you liked it, but it's not really a success if it's doing worse than the Acolyte. So maybe you should just call people then and say, "Hey guys, you should watch it," because you liking the show doesn't make it a success. So glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. But don't sit here and try to say that just because you like it, that it's somehow a successful TV show. Doesn't work like that. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.